Okay, fabulous. Here we go. I am going to turn this part off. Okay, good. It is off. And if you would like to turn this part off, if you would like to drop a note in the comment section for me, any questions you might have for the Thriving Creative and what we're up to here, or what you would like to see here, or any questions you'd like to get answered, go ahead and drop them there in the comment section. And I'm just going to pull up my notes now and we'll get started. I am very excited about this episode because today we are talking about income streams and we're going to get right into it. Here we go. What if I told you that your creative work has the potential to generate not just one, but multiple streams of income? It doesn't mean you have to go and get many different jobs. You can actually create many different sources of income through your creative work. Pretty cool, right? Pretty cool. In today's episode of the Thriving Creative, we're talking about income streams, how to turn your creative projects into profit by diversifying your revenue. This is a key piece on your path to building financial freedom, especially awesome if you're an artist. I talk about these. This is one of the 6 key elements to success in the Artist Guide to Financial Freedom, the ebook I published last year, a short guide to the 6 steps to success. And it's also included in the Create Collective, the membership that we have going on. So let's see, where was I? Let me look at my notes. I'm jumping ahead because this is something I think about a lot. So whether you're just starting out and starting to explore new opportunities, or you're looking to expand your existing business, this episode will give you the practical, actionable ideas to make it happen. So thriving as a creative isn't just about making amazing artwork or music or dance or, creative experiences. It's really about building a sustainable foundation for your creativity so it can flourish and you can thrive. So let's dive in. Welcome back to the Thriving Creative. Today, we're exploring one of my favorite rabbit holes, topics, the creative ways to make money as an artist. One of the most powerful things you can do as a creative is to diversify your income. It's not just about having multiple ways to earn money. It's about creating stability and sustainability so that you can keep doing the work that you love, even when life throws you a curveball. An extra perk is that it also allows you to be creative in other ways, which I find very thrilling, very exciting, and very much a part of my life. So you can think about artists like Oliver Jeffers, whose illustrations appear in children's books, gallery exhibitions, and commercial collaborations. He does a lot of different things. He's an incredible artist. I hope you'll check him out. I'll link him in the show notes. Or check out Kelli Anderson, who creates innovative paper engineered designs for everything from books to client commissions. And these creatives have found ways to leverage their unique talents across different formats and audiences. In this episode, I'll share why diversifying your income is essential for creative sustainability, practical ideas for generating multiple income streams, and 3, how to start exploring new opportunities without feeling overwhelmed. So let's expand your creative income and your impact and your bottom line. So relying on a single source of income can feel risky, especially as a creative, where work can sometimes feel unpredictable. Sales, work, commissions, however it is that you're primarily generating income from your creative work. So that's why having multiple streams of income is really so powerful. First, it provides financial stability. If one stream slows down, others can help balance things out. Second, it allows you to explore new creative opportunities, like I was saying, whether that's teaching, licensing, or collaborating with brands. And you can think about, again, the career of Oliver Jeffers, for example. His spans children's books, commercial illustrations, fine art exhibitions, and diversifying his revenue streams not only supports his career financially, but also fuels his creativity by allowing him to experiment across mediums. So take a moment and ask yourself, what are the different ways your work could connect with people? And how could you turn those connections into income streams? Excuse me. I was not expecting that sneeze. Excuse me. Number two. Okay, we're going to go into some practical ways you can start building multiple income streams as a creative. Are you ready? Okay. This one you might already be doing, but if not, it's a very viable source of revenue for yourself. And that is number one, sell your work online. Platforms like Etsy or Saatchi Art or your own website are great for selling originals, prints, or digital downloads. Be careful about certain websites. You need to do a lot of research to really understand their terms and check out reviews by other artists that are doing it. Look for artists that are doing something that is sort of related to what you're up to or what you want to do, and see if you can figure out how well they're doing there, and what other sources of income they might have also set up. It's really fun research to kind of go down those avenues of checking out other artists and what they're doing. So I've heard a lot of people have started their careers using Etsy, their online careers. And then I also come across a lot of artists who are like leaving Etsy for multiple reasons. So do your homework, check it out, see what really sounds right for you. And, don't just jump in blindly to the thing, the first thing. Okay, number two, you can offer custom work. That means, you can create commissioned pieces like portraits or murals or tailored designs of your work. You can customize them with names or images of their whatever it is that they want you to include. And make sure you're pricing well if you go that route. Number three, teach your craft. Host in-person or online workshops. You could also create self-paced courses, or you can offer one-on-one coaching. So these are all things I've done myself. Highly recommend teaching your craft. People love to know how you do what you do. And some are so just getting started that they appreciate even just the bare minimum of hand-holding and guidance. And they are so appreciative. So that's another way you can create income for yourself based on your creativity and knowledge. Number four, you can collaborate with brands. You can partner with companies for sponsored content or product collaborations or licensing deals. There is a lot of information on the web about this, artists who are doing this, non-artists who are doing this. So look around and see what appeals to you. Number five, explore licensing opportunities. So what you can do is license your artwork for use on products like stationery or textiles or packaging. Let's say you do beautiful florals, and it would look great as like a textile pattern. So you can license your artwork for a company to use on their next line. And so again, it'll take some research, some deep dives into how it's done. Definitely talk to, or at least learn from, artists who are already doing that to understand what the pros and cons are and the most common mistakes that you will definitely want to avoid. The great thing is that you're not having to invent the wheel on any of these things. There are plenty of resources out there, even for free, that you can find and learn from. That's what I do all the time. I love it. Okay, number six, monetize your content. So you can launch a YouTube channel or a podcast or a Substack newsletter and attract sponsorships or even subscriptions. Also highly, highly recommend that one. Number seven, you can offer digital products. You can sell templates of something that you figured out, maybe like editing settings for photography or really nice resume templates or that kind of thing. You can sell ebooks or any other resources that help your audience. Number 8, apply for residencies and grants. So many opportunities do exist. They're highly competitive, but still apply. If you haven't received a grant yet, you have not submitted enough applications. Essentially, that's the rule. So many opportunities do exist to fund your work through residencies, fellowships, or project-specific grants. Yes, they are highly competitive, and there are always new grant opportunities being created. And I have a whole teaching on finding alternative funds for your work. And I go into writing to, applying for grants as well as writing to patrons. I have a bonus idea for you as well, and that is to sell your designs on t-shirts, mugs, tote bags, housewares, wearables, all that kind of thing, as well as on art. And I love doing this. There are platforms such as Redbubble, Society6. I'm sure there are a whole slew of other ones that also do this. And you can put your own designs up on these products. They print them for you. They ship them for you. You don't have to do anything but upload the designs. And it's free to start your account. And you get to state how much of a percentage of profit margin that you want. So if you wanted to do really limited edition t-shirts, for example, you could still sell them on Redbubble for, let's say you want to get $45 or sell them for $45. You would get whatever it is after they take out their particular price for the product. So let's say if it's $10, you would get, $35. So that's a fun way. You don't have to carry any inventory. Of course, you can get samples and, wear them, give them to your friends, sell them to your friends, the actual ones if you want to. And I really love this because it's a great way to just have fun with your designs and to get the word out about what you do and what you're about. So, of course, you can also sell them on your website, have them made in other kind of situations, maybe not on one of these marketplace print-on-demand sites. There are plenty of other options. Again, do your homework, research the options. There are so many. I do have an 8-week course called Make Your Art Work. And I will be probably running that course this spring. And I can walk you through the entire process for designing work for print on demand, as well as setting up your shop in Redbubble and getting started, getting the word out, marketing it, all of the pieces. So look for the link in the show notes for this episode, and that will get you on the wait list to register. All right, so these ideas that I just shared are not just theoretical, they're proven paths that countless creatives have used to build thriving businesses. Many of them I've used as well. Let's take a breath. Okay. Sometimes I just race through these because I just want to get these up and out for you. But I could take a breath and slow down. Okay. So here's a key thing. Starting something new can feel overwhelming. I definitely know that. I've felt it. And I tend to be a person that takes on many, 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 many different projects all at once. And so therefore I easily can get overwhelmed. But it doesn't have to be overwhelming. And here is my advice for that. First, start small. Just choose one new income stream that excites you and experiment with that. For example, for me, it was definitely starting out with like a Redbubble shop and putting some of my designed logos, artwork on merchandise. I just thought that was really fun, especially for promoting the Invisibility Lab and Walk Unafraid. And so it started out with t-shirts, and since then other ideas have come and I have pursued them. Like I said, it's a really fun and different form of creative expression. So I enjoy it for that reason. Number two, leverage what you already have. So if you're a painter, can you sell prints or digital downloads of your work? If you're a writer, could you create an ebook or start a subscription newsletter? These are ways you can start creating recurring revenue. And number three, listen to your audience. Pay attention to what people are asking you for, whether it's tutorials, custom work, or collaborations. Listen to what they have to say and see if something there sparks your interest and you would like to get started with that. That's sort of how I got into consulting. People would ask me if I could come to the studio or meet with them on Zoom during COVID and see what they were working on and give them some feedback, some constructive feedback on what they were doing, and also talk with them about where they would like to go with their work and then how they can get there. I can help them map out the plan for how to get where they want to go. And finally, number four, test and refine. Treat your new ideas as experiments. They're not lifelong commitments. It's not like a marriage. You get to try these things out, give them enough time to really test them, do the work to get the word out, because you can't just create the work and just think the masses are going to come if they don't know about it. So that's really important. So, prepare yourself, take your time, pace yourself in the period of time. And you might say, I'm going to try this for a year. And that's what you do. And you map out your plan for the year. And don't overwhelm yourself with too much to do all at one time. That's also advice for myself. Okay, so for example, Kelli Anderson, who I mentioned earlier, she's known for her intricate paper engineered designs. She started small by selling zines and cards, which eventually led to larger client collaborations and creative partnerships. So that's pretty cool. In fact, several years ago, I met a woman locally who was selling greeting cards, and she said that she basically supports her entire creative life, her whole life, by selling greeting cards. And she's not even with a big company that is distributing all over the world or all over the country. She's literally going door to door to certain shops that are appropriate and offering them the cards and selling them. It's pretty cool. I was really, really amazed. It was pretty nice because here we are in New England, and it didn't occur to me that a person could actually support themselves that way, which is fantastic, right? Could it be so easy? Yes, it could actually be that easy. We're so conditioned to believe that we have to work really hard and that we have to make all these incredible connections in order for things to happen and get the big break. But in my experience and what I've seen over and over again with clients, with other colleagues, that's not what's required at all. It's having the interest, the will, the excitement, and the go get 'em kind of personality that will help you get the work out so that people can see it, appreciate it, and buy it. Okay, next is building a sustainable system. So once you've started exploring new income streams, it's important to create systems that help you manage them sustainably. So first off, batch your work. You've probably heard this before, but in case you haven't, what that means is you do different steps of the process at one time. So like one aspect of it at a time. So for example, you create multiple products or artworks all at once, like a series of paintings or a small series of works on paper or that kind of thing. And you dedicate your time to creating those works. And then the next thing would be documenting that work and do all the documentation at once because, setting up the lights and making sure everything is right and the camera is, taking adequately really good high quality images all that kind of thing. That takes time. You don't want to set up and take down, set up and take down over and over again for each work, like a week or two or a month or two apart. Create the work, document it all, and then you go through the process of categorizing it, uploading it to whatever system you're going to use. If it's Redbubble, you have to go through the process of uploading each piece individually and adding all the details and making the adjustments and so on. And that also takes time. And it's so much easier to do several in a short period of time rather than one every once in a while. At least for me, because I tend to forget the process and I'm more likely to make mistakes when there's a bigger space of time between each time I do it. You can even do the same thing with writing your product descriptions or the stories about each of the pieces you're working on or putting out in the offer. Okay, number 2, automate wherever you can. So you can use tools like email marketing platforms like MailChimp or Flowdesk or whatever it is that you want to use. You could use online shops to handle the sales and communication. You can pre-schedule your social media content. For example, in Canva, I like their calendar pre-scheduling thing. And there are a whole lot of different methods. So do your research, check out what feels right to you, or maybe you're already using something that you like. And then number 3, this is really important. Set boundaries. What does that mean? Protect your time and energy by prioritizing the streams of income that really align most closely with your goals. The ones that will bring you closer to where you want to be or with the people you want to be with, or maybe it's about reaching a large number of people and they're all wearing your designs, right? So these are different goals. So really think about those and what feels really exciting for you and how you want to prioritize your time. So having multiple income streams really doesn't mean doing everything at once. That's really important. It's about finding the balance that works for you. So really, your creativity has endless potential, and so do the ways you can monetize it. Diversifying your income isn't just about earning more money. It's about creating stability, expanding your impact, your audience, giving yourself the freedom to create without constant financial stress, right? So that's what we're about, the thriving creative. So take a moment to reflect. What's one income stream idea that excites you? I gave you 9 ideas here. Which of these, if any, excite you that you'd be really curious and kind of excited to try out? And another question to ask yourself, what's one small step you can take to explore it this week? It might be going on YouTube and doing a search. It might be going on Google and doing a search. There are so many ways to start exploring any one of these ideas that I shared with you today. Now, if you want more ideas, I have just released and posted a free guide called 50 Creative Income Ideas You Can Start Today. It's filled with inspiration to help you turn your creative products into profit. You'll find the link in the show notes. And if you need more support on your creative path, you can also check out the Create Collective. It's a thriving community of creatives just like you, supporting one another, sharing opportunities, and making magic happen. It is such an amazing community. I am so in love with it. I'm so thrilled that we created this together. You can learn all about it at studiolab11.com and join us there and watch your career grow exponentially. It is so much fun. Thank you for joining me for this episode of The Thriving Creative. If this conversation gave you new ideas or inspired you, please share it with a fellow creative who might also need the inspiration. Remember, your creativity is your greatest resource. Or, as one of my mentors says, your creativity is the pulse of your prosperity. So keep exploring, keep experimenting, and keep thriving. I will see you next week. Mwah.